Well, everybody, I'm doing another cooking video today. Why? Because I can. Brandon gets off of work in about 19 minutes if they don't run over tonight, which they always do. So I'm going to show you how fast it is to cook this. I'm doing a pineapple chunk barbecue chicken, and I'm doing some butter fried potatoes as well. So let's show you what I'm doing. And since you guys know me all too well, I already prepped everything because you really don't want to see me cutting up chicken and peeling and cutting taters. I already started potatoes because they do take a little bit longer to cook. The chicken does not take that long. So I got 2 chicken breasts, bought them in a package of like 6, so they're inexpensive. Got 2 chicken breasts cut into chunks. I'm going to add some pineapple because it's good. I'm going to stir this up a little bit just so everything's even. Reason being is you got to have everything a little on the even side. And of course I already drained my pineapple juice, so got it right here because I'm going to chug that. That was delicious. So yeah, here I said I prepped. Then I didn't even open my spices. There we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm using I don't even know where I got this. It's a Bold and Zesty Savory Barbecue Dry Rub. Works good for this as well. I'm going to put this on here. Some people like to make their own seasonings. I use this because it's fast and easy. And I'm lazy. And then you got that right there. And then this stuff right here, we actually got at the Mustard Museum. It's a Gorman Thomas, I guess he's a baseball player, Stormin' sauce. It's a Carolina mustard-based barbecue sauce. Made this recipe before, used a different kind of barbecue sauce, but I ran out. So I'm going to use what I have. Give me 1 second because I got to get this open, so 1 second, I'll be right with you. Now, I could have done that one-handed. I'm going to add a little bit of barbecue sauce. I'm not going to add a lot. Reason being, chicken is very moist, so it'll turn it watery. Put this on about a medium-high heat, and we're going to cook it. And the potatoes, they're doing great over here. Like I said, they do take a little bit longer to cook. They're already starting to fry up nicely. It's just butter and a bunch of potatoes. I don't even know how many I did, but I did quite a few because we like our taters, and I didn't want to make any other sides tonight. So we're just going to, it's all about being chunky. So like I said, it's cooked in chunks, cut in chunks, or cut in chunks, not cooked in chunks. Cut in chunks, cut in chunks. We're having a chunky meal tonight because, well, I'm trying to get less chunky, but that's besides the point. So anyways, yeah, doesn't take long to cook this at all. Just going to stir in the barbecue sauce here. There we go. Use that. I'm using that as a prop because doing this one-handed isn't easy. I was going to use my GoPro, but I killed the battery the other day because I put it in my pocket. And then I didn't realize it was still on. So my GoPro is completely dead. Because, yeah, it'd be a lot easier to use that than this. But that's okay. I don't mind using a one-handed cooking session. So, yeah. And that's going to start heating up here in a second. And it doesn't take long at all. It's 7:45 right now. So I'm going to show you just how fast this cooks. I'm going to cook it. I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to get to work. And I'm going to show you guys along the way what's happening. I've been letting this cook for about 4 minutes. And yeah, you can see it's getting nice and cooked a little bit here. Not easy to turn this one-handed, so you do want to turn it a little bit. Potatoes are looking good. Starting to brown. All right. So yeah, just turn this a little bit, get it back on your burner. I'm going to use my big fat belly, my chunky belly to hold the pan still. That's even better. There we go. So yeah, you got to turn your chicken just a little bit. I usually like using a darker barbecue sauce versus the mustard base because, I don't know, there's just something about that barbecue look, that dark color. I don't know. To me, that's barbecue, but I love my good Carolina mustard-based barbecue sauces. And that's what Randland wanted tonight. Otherwise, I was going to use Devil's Spit from Famous Dave's. That's a good sauce. Oh, a little spicy. And it's got really good flavor. So yeah, I'm going to turn the heat up to high. Oops, sorry, I got out of focus there, or out of view. Turn the heat up to high, and I'm going to let this cook and render down a little bit. And then I'm going to add, I'll show you my next step. So yeah. And it's 7:50, so it's been a whole 5 minutes. I've been cooking for 9 minutes now, and that includes, when I started putting it in the pan until now, 9 minutes. Gotta love that. Oh boy, a whole 2 minutes later, and putting it up on high helped it to cook. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this cook down. It's basically cooked, so I just got to get all that extra liquid out of there because, like I said, chicken is a very moist. Oh, them potatoes looking good. Chicken is a very moist meat, so it does. Yeah, you have to let it let all the liquid get out of there without drying it out. That's what you got to be careful of, because you don't want dry chicken. It's just nasty, and these potatoes are so pretty. Oh, those are gonna be good. Haven't decided what seasoning I'm putting on those yet, but of course I will. And yeah, see, so all the liquid there, that's going to stir down. I did drain the pineapple, so there is no pineapple juice in there unless there was just a smidge left on the bottom. But I'm going to let that reduce a little bit and render down. And oh, it smells so good. I wish we had smell-o-vision. One of these days, guys, that'll be a thing, because when I was a kid, I used to dream about having a phone call via, like, what is that they do? I can't even think of it. When they chat on your iPhone, yeah. I as a kid, I was like, that's never going to happen, and sure enough, it happened. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to reduce my heat down to about medium heat, and then we're going to let that render down. That way it doesn't dry out. And, yeah. It gets rid of some of that moisture because the barbecue sauce is flavoring in there, and it smells so good, making me hungry already. These are coming along really nicely. I just stirred them and they're needing stirring again. I only have them on a medium-high heat because you don't want to, when you're using butter, especially on this type of pan, you don't want to turn the heat up too high or it burns really fast. We don't like burnt taters, because I don't burn anything unless I forget to put on sunblock. And that would be me that burns. So, yeah, I'm going to let this reduce a little bit, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright, I got most of the moisture out of there, as you can tell. I want to leave a little bit in there because it will cook off as we go. So what I'm going to do now, just because I didn't put much on before, whoops, let me get my lid out of the way. I'm going to put a little bit more of the barbecue seasoning, because a lot of it does cook off, but it does cook into it as well. So, like I said, I don't want to put a lot of that on, because I already put some on earlier. I just didn't put a lot of it. So, and it's what, 7:59, so it hasn't been that long. It doesn't take long at all to cook this. It's quick, it's easy, it's simple. If I can do it, I know you can do it. So, you guys look for fun food to cook instead of the same old boring stuff, because I don't like boring food. Everybody asks me why I always cook chicken. Randland does not eat beef or pork. So, yeah. One of these days, I will do some beef or pork videos. I just haven't had a chance yet. I actually did do a pork butt roast in one of my videos while I was finishing up the weather stripping on my Corvette. I think that's weather stripping the Corvette Part 3. So now you got two videos you guys can watch. Weather stripping the Corvette Part 3 and what was the other one? Oh, the Mustard Museum. It was an unexpected trip to the Mustard Museum. Those are good, fun videos. I'll put the links in the description. That way you can watch them. Now I'm going to put some barbecue sauce in. Like I said, you don't want to overwhelm it, so there's still quite a bit of barbecue sauce left. Use a little more than I wanted to. But I'm going to let that cook down now. Still on a medium heat. We're going to let that reduce. And yeah, see you in a second. Alright, I turned up the heat just a smidge, just to give it a last second sear. And then I'm going to take it off the burner. But I'm an idiot. I was taking some recycling out, and because tomorrow's recycling day, but then I remembered, oh wait, recycling day was last week, but that's not why I'm an idiot. The reason I'm an idiot is because I locked the back door and I locked myself out of the house. But thankfully, I had just let the dogs out, so the sliding glass door was open, so I was able to get back in the house. So there you go. That I'm going to move over here because it's done. I'm going to turn off my burner. But you can see the barbecue sauce is cooked in. Chicken's nice and tender. The pineapple is, of course, always tender, but it's nice and beautiful. Helps add a little bit of flavor. And I'm so not used to this lighter colored barbecue sauce. So to me, it doesn't look like it's, you know, covered in barbecue sauce, but it is. I assure you. Yeah. And it's cooked in there beautifully. Chicken's still nice and moist. I'm going to set that aside a second. I'm going to turn my potatoes, and those are done as well. 8:06. So there you go. Look how fast I got dinner done, guys. 20 minutes, I'm done. But I got to let you go because I got to get these potatoes out of there so they don't burn. See you in a second. Alright, so my potatoes are done. I had to grab a bowl real quick, so I grabbed the first one available, and it's way too big, obviously. Chicken is amazing. It's sitting there just settling because I like my barbecue sauce to sit for a minute before I eat it. And plus, Randall's not off of work. And then I've got the potatoes. What I'm going to use is the bitter orange adobo. Just lightly season it because I don't. Oh, cool! I just sold something on eBay. Nice. So you just put a little bit of seasoning on there, give it a little bit of flavor. Since I'm using a huge bowl, looks like there's a lot less than there really are. There's actually quite a bit of potatoes. This is actually my bread bowl. I use it when I make bread, and I bought it specifically for that purpose. I wanted a huge bowl because I usually do 4 loaves at a time. But anyways, so since the barbecue sauce is, you know, barbecue sauce, I want like a little bit of a sweeter flavoring, and this is, so you get sweet and savory and all that good stuff. I didn't do any other sides tonight. But as soon as Randall gets home in a few minutes, because I guess she's on her way now, I am going to plate this up, and then I'm going to see what she thinks, because she didn't get any of it when I made it the other day, because let's just say I'm a pig, and she ate something else anyway. So yeah, just doing pineapple chunk barbecue chicken and butter fried potatoes. See you in a second. All right, Randall is home. 8:32. We had a few things we had to do before we started eating, so it hadn't even been an hour since I started cooking. And yeah, dig in. What do you think?
It's sweet.
It's sweet. Good. So that's the barbecue sauce that I haven't even tried it yet. I want to try this. Oh, got my hand in the way. Oh my God, that is a really good barbecue sauce. So yeah, make sure you like, share, subscribe. This is my lovely wife, Randall. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.